Hi, so today we will be folding ladies' beach cover-ups, sundresses, whichever you want to call them. The first one we have is thigh length and the second one is ankle length, and they are both ladies plus size and purchased in Jamaica while on vacation. I've laid this on the table with the seams at the ends, and I'm just putting the ties that go under the bust to go along with the same length as the dress. Then they are neatly folded in with the dress and not sticking out and getting caught or making it messy to get caught on other items in your drawer or on your shelf. If the bottom of the dress doesn't line up perfectly, it's okay because we will be folding this in and hiding it inside later. Tuck in the ties and the straps. You can do this either before making your first folds or after. The basic idea is to make a nice even rectangle, remembering to smooth after each fold. With Marie Kondo's Konmari method, we will be folding smaller and more often, but this will not create extra wrinkles or any wrinkles if we store it properly and not overstuff our drawers or shelves. The idea is to stand them up on their own and have them side by side. If you run into just what we saw here, this means that you will likely need to do an extra fold because your fabric is either slippery or because your item is larger and is not maintaining shape. Doing the extra fold lengthwise will solve this problem. We like to fold in the ends first, leaving a gap so that this last stage of folding has space between, adjusted as necessary. This space between allows it to fold nicely and not pull apart, and even on this slippery surface you can see that it stands up on its own. We matched it up in size fairly close to the other items that we are putting it with in the cupboard drawer shelf so that everything is nice and uniform. Here we have the ankle length dress, beach cover-up, whichever you want to call it. I am lining up the seams at each end so that we have a nice way to start. Whether your item is plus size, medium size, small size, it really doesn't matter. This will work for each and every size that you have and are, even children's clothing. Notice how easy it is to move the folded items from one area to the next. Just as easy as when they're stacked on top of each other. Spread the dress out nice and flat using those seams. And it is great to smooth your hands over the item and stretch it out nicely, but some fabrics don't do this as easily. Tucking in those shoulder straps in the earlier stages means they will stay easier. There is another seam here, which we will use for the first folds. If there are no seams on your dress, or extra seams like this one has, then just make smaller folds at the beginning until you can get that rectangle shape, remembering to smooth between each stage. Remember, Marie Kondo's Konmari method has you smoothing between so that we can get it into the smaller shape without all the extra wrinkles, even though we do more folds. We have our nice long rectangular shape, and even though the bottom may not always be perfectly lined up, or the top, it will get folded in, and so everything will still look nice. Go ahead and do as many folds as you need lengthwise in order to match it up to whatever else you have folded, and we'll be storing in that space. We start at each end making small folds. This will help us avoid all those wrinkles. It can almost look like I'm rolling it up here, but in fact I am actually just making small folds. Remember to leave that space in the middle between each side of the folds so that it has space for each fold to be beside each other instead of on top of each other or undoing. This can take a little bit of extra work, but the more often you fold these items, the more you will know what is going to work in your situation. And it will get faster and easier, and you will have your item that stands up on its own, just like the Marie Kondo's Konmari method is all about. And you can see that I've made it similar in size to all of the other items that are being stored in the space that I want it to go to, and how easy it is to move these items around. I'm going to put them on a cloth surface so you can see the difference, that they do stand up a lot easier in a drawer or on the cloth the non-slippery surface. Interested in learning KonMari method for folding other clothing items or household items? Check out these videos.